Everybody, coming at you today for another Western Wednesday video. If you can see by the thumbnail and description, we got to give thanks to old Mr. Kent Smith. He sent over this awesome camper. Now, a while back I did a video on one. This one here. Now this is a newer one. If we look by the tang stamp there, we got the D. That's a 1980 model. So we did a video on this one, and Kent is always out and about, and every time he he sees these, he thinks about me and usually picks them up and tries to send them my way. And by gosh, I really appreciate that, Kent. This one right here, it's a little more special, just because of the age of it. And there's a reason why we have the tabletop here a little cleared off. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move my decal because that's kind of messing with the lighting and the focus of the camera and whatnot. But you guys, if you go back, you'll see I did a video on this one here. This is, again, the 1980 model that I'm trying to remember where I got it. At a knife and gun show over in Bloomington. James Stork was it. And if you look, there's some green stuff. It's because I carry this in a sheath, which Kent sent me. Kent Smith sent me this sheath. And he's like, I don't know if you anything will fit it. And I was like, definitely got something that fits it. And this is how I carry that, because having this one in the pocket, it just fills your pocket up. And when these come out, these actually come with a retainer clip that you could attach to your belt loop. And this could probably fit down in your pocket or just hang on your side. But having this original Western sheath for this to go into and to fit perfectly is just awesome. But let's get back to the knife at hand, which is going to be this one here. And like I said, there's a reason we got the tabletop cleared off. And I'm going to put this to the side for just a second. The tabletop is cleared off because BDH, a supporter of my channel, and a supporter of many channels, sent over this awesome book, which is, I'm going to try to do this without hitting the camera, The Knife Makers That Went West. The Knife Makers Who Went West. So, guys, I think I sent him a picture of this knife, and maybe he sent me a picture of a knife, and then we were talking. He's like, yeah, I know you got that book. And I'm like, dude, I don't have the book. And he goes, oh my gosh. He goes, Jerry, I'm going to send it to you for you to use for a few months. And I was speechless because, guys, these books are over $100 if you go to buy them. Once in a while, you can get them on eBay. Try to do the old low bid and stuff like that. But it is hard for me to sit and watch eBay just because I'm kind of busy. But if we look at this knife and we look at this tang stamp, Western, Boulder, Colorado, tang stamp, made in USA. Now we look at that, and I've actually got this bookmarked. We're going to turn all the way back to page 76, and we got the Westmark over here. We got Western Cutlery Company. So out west in Colorado. So if we just turn the page, one page, looky here, what do we got? Western Boulder, Colorado, 1950 to 61. The 28 to 31 is their sheath knives, but this is a pocket knife. So that means this knife is from 50 to 61. And because it's all Delrin, I'm going to say it's a 60s model. You got the brass liners. And, you got your punch. Now this one, these older ones aren't as punchy as the newer ones. The newer ones are like hypodermic, but they also snap easy. And guys, this is just a great book. I mean, I went through it a little bit, and I told Sarah, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm into this book, and it's just phenomenal. But if you look, it's got certain catalogs. So it's actually got copies of certain catalogs. Now, I got another page bookmarked, and what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pinpoint down here to this knife sheath combo real quick. Now, the reason I wanted to look at that is because you guys remember I got this old Hunter Axe combo. Now this thing right here is a matching set, and if we look at the tank stamp, it's got Western, Boulder, Colorado, patent, and the patent number. Now, again, if we go back, oh, I gotta try to find it. So, so if we go back and we patent number 31 through 50. So this knife sheath combo is a 31 through 50. If we see what catalog this is out of, 1941 catalog sheets. If we look at this, oh man, this book is just, once you start looking at it, I bounce back and forth, and I'm like, look at this and look at that, and you know, I get so excited that I just kind of go back and forth. But you know, and up here you got just the axe, you know. So if we go down here and read, Axe Hunter, the combination consists of a one-piece constructed lightweight utility axe with leather fiber and metal washers forming the handle. So if we look at this axe, you know, you got the leather, and then you got the metal washers in here in the knife. Now as far as the axe itself, I mean, it is a matching set, but I can't tell if those ones in there, I'd say, I don't know if those are metal or not, but you know, it is a matching tank stamp if you look at them. But you can definitely tell these ones here are metal in there. I don't know if these are specifically the same type of material as this one here, but I mean, I found that really, really cool. I mean, for some reason the sheath, though, the snap on it is kind of upside down, which don't make a lot of sense. Or this one here is from the top, and this sheath here could be from a later set even. I don't know. I just know when my buddy found this set, it was with a bunch of other knives, and he actually had to put the sets together and find the correct sheaths because it was a lady selling stuff of her late husband's. And I was lucky enough to get all the knives and axes from that purchase, because I made some trades and deals with him. But guys, if you just look through this book, but man, this is crazy. This is the stuff that Big J likes. I like the history of these blades and whatnot, so it's really a good time for me to look at stuff like that. But you know, we'll get back to what we have here, which is the Camper, which is just a phenomenal knife. And if you look, I'll tag my other video on the Camper. That way we don't have to kind of go through the history of it and everything. But I just kind of wanted to look at this and compare it, the older one to the newer one. I mean, she's pretty identical. It just feels like the older one just feels like it's a tad smaller, just a tad though, not a lot, but just a very slight. It's a very, very slight difference in them, enough to where you can barely even tell. But I mean, if we look at the washer spacings and stuff like that, I mean, it's pretty identical in these models. And of course, they're the same model number and everything, but one is just a lot older than the other. You know, you're looking at this knife here, which is 1980, and you're comparing it to a knife that's probably a 1961 model, I would assume. If we look, I do know that there is a slight difference also in the punch on them. And this punch was a little dented, and I was able to get it kind of back into shape and what I used to do that was I was at work and I was looking at it and I was like, there's a way I can bend that back. And I used a fork and I just slightly put that between the grooves of the fork and just very easily bent it, and it took that punch and put her right back where she needed to go. So we got the older one on the bottom, the newer one on the top, and this newer one is 80. I mean, that you could deliver medicine with that. It's that sharp. But if you look here, you got the groove where you don't have it up here in the kind of the newer. And this newer one, man, that is sharp. Where this one here is kind of more blunted and more durable. Like if you're using this, I mean, it might bend, but I mean, this right here, if you barely torque on it, I say you could very easily snap that off there, the tip of that. Of course, you got the bail, and you know, you got the flat with the top lifter, and over here you got the can opener. Man, these are just great blades, man. Just phenomenal blades. Meant to do work. Say there's a lot of Boy Scouts, Eagle Scouts, Cub Scouts, hunters, all kinds of people that use these. And say you got this on one side, and you got something like this set right here on the other side. Tell me you ain't ready to do some work. And I love my Western knives. I really do. I really enjoy them. And then you could also maybe pull out a Vietnam era Bowie. Not a Bowie. Someone got on to me for using the term Bowie the other day. They're like, it's not a rock singer. I was like, I know, man. Chill out. It's just a YouTube video. Or maybe you get the old bone-handled 742. Oh yeah, bud. I don't know, I just really like these blades. Really do enjoy them. Again, it's my Western Wednesday video. I really wanted to showcase the catalog. Again, BDH sent that over. And then Kent Smith sent this awesome 50 through 61 901 camper. Well, how do you know it's a camper? Well, it says, well, what do you call it a camper? Because it says camper. They're called campers. This was stainless, 901. So that's why they're called a camper. You know. Still lots of life left in this. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this knife. Can you imagine? So I'm going to assume it's a 61 model. So that's a lot of years. That is a lot of years that it's lived and survived. I'd say it sat in the drawer for a lot of years, but now it's in my collection, and it'll be handed down to my boys once I'm dead and gone. All right, guys. Well, that's a video. Be sure you check out KJ Leatherworks. He is on Instagram. And BDH, he doesn't do so. He don't do like the YouTube. He does comment and is a wealth of knowledge, because anytime I got a question, I just ask him. I send him an email, and he responds. And I really appreciate his knowledge and friendship through this community, as well as Kent's over at KJ Leatherworks, because you know, he sent me a couple of knives, and I really hold stuff like this dear. So, alright guys, well, that's going to be a video. Be sure you like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And if you got the book, hey, how do you like it? So far, I am really enjoying getting through it. So, I'll get that back to him here. I'm going to try, I got to try to buy one. I'm going to buy one and send his back. That's what I got to do. Alright guys, keep them edges fresh.